Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about Maxwell's super ultra lightweight hardware pack. It's ideal for the working musician, someone who doesn't want to carry around a hardware bag that has over 50 pounds worth of things. All of the hardware options we have in front of us today will get your hardware setup down to about 30 pounds, maybe a little lighter, maybe a little heavier, depending on the extras you might add into your setup. First of all, we start with a Humsenberg tuxedo bag. This was made actually for bongos. It's reinforced in the top and bottom, but it's approximately 20 inches long by 8 by 11. This will fit a variety of new and vintage hardware, and the setup we normally use is one snare drum stand, a throne, two cymbal stands, a hi-hat stand, floor tom legs, and then the seat top would go in another bag, your snare drum bag or a tom-tom, and then of course we have a bass drum pedal. Why don't we start with some of the modern adaptations of hardware that we use for the bag.
Was recorded.
One of our most popular items is the Ludwig flat-based cymbal stand. This is not a boom, but a straight stand. It has a nice wide flat base, so it's a little more stable than some of the vintage things and some of the other modern lightweight options. And again, the bottom portion on this is under 20 inches, which is the criteria that all the stands must meet in order to fit in the bag. So one of our favorites being the Ludwig stand. The other favorite is of the modern stands is the Canopus or Canopes straight cymbal stand. These are even a lighter weight version of the Ludwig and are very reminiscent of the 60s Slingerland and Ludwig stands. And this is the recommended stand for the ultra lightweight setup.
Was recorded.
Snare stands, we have the Canopus, which is a little bit heavier but a little more sturdy, a little more unique and durable design than our Dixon. Of course, Dixon, the brand, some of the items we carry from Dixon are essentially Gibraltar parts with Dixon stickers. So we really like this Dixon stand here. This is nice and lightweight, and it's also very economical too.
Was recorded.
Moving on to hi-hat stands, we have a few options. We have the Dixon hi-hat stand. Not as many features as the Canopus, but perfect if you're on a budget and you want a lightweight stand. A couple of the stands, both vintage and new, we recommend that maybe it's a little bit better if you want to fit everything in here to cut this down and just kind of grind the top down. That'll help everything be nice and compact. So we also have the Canopus, which will again also fit in our bag. Moving on to pedals, there's a variety of pedals on the market that will work.
Was recorded.
The ones that we have around here are some of the most popular are Gibraltars that have these wire parts here unclipped from the base of the stand, which is important for getting all of the items inside the bag. And of course, some of the DW things. There's some Pearl bass drum pedals out in the market that will do the same thing. Again, nice that these come apart like so.
Was recorded.
The throne is an important part of your setup, and it's often difficult to find a throne that's both durable and is light enough and small enough that will fit inside this bag. We have a Gibraltar 5600 series throne. What's nice about this is you do have a tripod on the bottom that's nice and sturdy. It's a low center of gravity tripod, and the post comes out of both sides, and so this lays neatly inside the bag. We like to put this inside a snare drum bag or a tom-tom bag for easy transport. Of course, we also have some DW things here. These are a little larger, a little bulkier than some of the other stands that we featured earlier, but those will work too. Again, from the bottom of the stand up to the first section needs to be under 20 inches for the bag to work. My personal setup, I use some vintage things because they are so small and so lightweight. And I also had these laying around before we did the bag. This is one of my favorite lightweight vintage hi-hat stands. This is the Rogers Spivomatic. These makes hi-hat cymbals sound really good. The chip is nice and tight on them, and they're super lightweight, and the bottom portion from here to here is I think under 18 inches, so it's nice and lightweight and short as well. And then we have a mid-60s Slaren with the aluminum legs, nice and lightweight, and mid-60s Ludwig as well. There's a vintage Camco hi-hat stand, which would also work in the bag, and Camcos, vintage Camcos, and some of the vintage Gretsch pedals work quite well for this setup as well. Come and visit us in New York. You can come check out some of the hardware we have, grab a bag, and your life will be much better because of it. This is for drummers on the go.
Yes, it is.